To begin with this subject, so we are having totally 7 chapters, and out of these 7 chapters, for the above 6 chapters, that is introduction, bolted connection, welded connection, flexural members, tension members and compression members, we need Indian Standard Code Book, that is IS 800 2007, which is a code book specifically mentioned for design of steel structures, and also we need a steel table to refer the properties of the steel sections which we will be using for the design. So for this I request all the students to collect the IS code book and steel tables. If possible, you can also download these books from the internet also. If you refer Google, you will find a number of steel tables, and also you will find IS steel code book. So as of now, I will start with the last chapter, that is analysis and design of masonry structures. So why I am starting with this chapter is, this chapter doesn't require any code book or any steel table. It is having some easy steps. By following the steps, you can easily analyze and also design the masonry structures. To begin with the topic, that is analysis and design of masonry structures. So as I have mentioned, this unit carries a weightage of 20 marks in your final exam. So to begin with the topic, that is analysis and design of masonry structures. So first of all, we have to know what are masonry structures. So the structures which are constructed by using masonry or concrete. For example, dams and retaining walls. These are the huge structures which are constructed by using masonry or concrete. Masonry in the sense of stone masonry. Sometimes the structures like weir, barrages, these are also the structures which are constructed by using masonry and concrete. But here for your syllabus, you will be studying analysis and design of retaining walls and dams. So to begin with the topic, that is analysis of dams. So students, you have already studied water resource engineering. In that you have studied hydraulic structures. So hydraulic structures includes the structures which are related to water works. So here analysis of dams. Dam is a hydraulic structure which is constructed across a river or a large stream. So these dams, what is the purpose of the dam? Dams are the structures which store water behind them. So dams and reservoirs both are constructed at the same place. Whenever we construct a dam across the river or a stream, the water where actually the water gets stored, the area where actually the water gets stored, that area is called as a reservoir. So dams are the structures which are constructed across the river or a large stream to store the water behind them. So these dams, they are constructed to serve various functions. Sometimes the dams are constructed for serving single purpose, and sometimes these are constructed for serving multi-purpose. So usually nowadays the dams which are constructed, they are constructed to serve multi-purpose facilities. So dams, they serve functions such as the water which is stored in the dam, it will be utilized for irrigation, and dams, they are also used for flood control. So whenever there is excess rainfall, flood situation, so what we do, we store the excess amount of water in the dams, and as and when required, when the floods recede, the same water will be left in the downstream side to the river. And dams are also constructed to generate hydraulic power generation. Dams are also used for water supply for various cities and townships, and also for industrial purposes. Dams also serve for fishery. So fish cultivation can be done in the dams, and recreation. So wherever dams are constructed, we can see that gardens and parks will be developed. So these gardens and parks, they will be charged. So the amount whichever will be collected, that will be extra revenue for the country. So after knowing the functions of the dam, we will deal with the classification of the dams. So dams basically and primarily they are classified into two types, that is rigid and non-rigid dams. So this classification is based on the type of material used. So rigid dams, these dams are the dams which are constructed by using a rigid material, that is concrete or steel. So for example, for the rigid dam is a gravity dam. And if you see steel dams where we are using the steel plates to store the water behind them, such type of structures are called as rigid dams. And non-rigid dams, the structures which are constructed by using non-rigid material, that is earth or soil, are known as non-rigid. So why these are called as non-rigid means these dams will not be 100% water storage. So in these non-rigid dams there will be certain percentage of leakage of water through the body of the dam. That is why these dams are called as non-rigid dams. For your syllabus, we will be dealing with rigid dams, and in rigid dam the example is gravity dam. So these gravity dams, the analysis and design of gravity dams are included for your syllabus. So gravity dams, these are the dams which resist the external forces by their own weight. The basic gravity profile is triangular in shape, but as per the practical purpose, the dam is constructed in trapezoidal section. So here gravity dams are nothing but the concrete dams. So why these are called as gravity dams? So the purpose why these are called as gravity dams is the dams they resist all the external forces by their own weight. So the weight of the dam will be such that all the external forces which will be acting on the dam, such as water pressure, uplift pressure, wind pressure, wave pressure, every external force will be resisted by the self weight of the dam. Hence these dams are called as gravity dams.